This is the new Mercedes E-Class Coupe. Well, I say new, it's more revised and improved. In this video, I'm going to explain what's changed about it and compare it to its competitors in 10 key areas. So at the end of the video, you can vote whether you think this car is going to be a hit or a miss. So let's crack on. Let's start off with the E-Class Coupe's design. And yes, it's very much like the old car, which means it's beautiful. However, there are some revised tail lights which are wider to help give the car a bit more stance, while up front there's new LED headlights and a reshaped grille which is now slightly downturned. This makes the car look more aggressive than before and a little bit disgusted, as though it's just smelt the emissions coming out the back of a 2016 Audi. The bonnet now has 2 power domes, which do sound like something that Arnold Schwarzenegger may call his pectoral muscles. Anyway, they certainly make the car look more aggressive than the C-Class Coupe, which is actually one of the E-Class Coupe's key competitors. Yes, in the looks department, it definitely wins this battle of sibling rivalry. As with the exterior, the E-Class Coupe's interior looks very similar to the old cars. It's quite showy and lacks the minimalist cool look of an Audi A7's cabin. Though on the flip side, at least in the Merc, you can operate the climate control with physical buttons, rather than having to dab around on a touchscreen like in the Audi. Also, the 4 central metal air vents look expensive, and there's more leather than at a fetish party. And more wood, plus you can make the cabin feel even more burlesque-like with a wide range of ambient lighting colours. None of this is new though. What is, however, is the steering wheel. It now gets thin dual spokes. Wow. And wait for it, no buttons. Instead, there's little touchpads, which if I'm honest aren't quite as easy to operate as buttons, but they do look neater. Still, this car does have quite an ostentatious cabin, not really for shy retiring types, though retired types who like to show off will definitely like it. A big update for the new E-Class Coupe is its seats, which are vying for the very best in the business. However, to claim that title, they need to be even comfier than the lovely 28-way adjustable seats in the Lexus LS. The Mercedes does counter with seats that have 22 different kinds of massage. And while you're driving, the seats will constantly adjust to make sure you're not sitting in one position for too long. And that's not all. You can even dictate the exact shape you want your back support to be by drawing the outline on the infotainment screen. Then there's the energizing comfort feature. This can wake you up or calm you down by playing music on the stereo and spraying Mercedes' own brand perfume into the cabin, which is also pretty good for killing flies. There's also a new power nap function for when you need to stop for a quick rest. It plays relaxing music and adjusts the temperature and changes the ambient lighting to help you drift off. You can even play a log fire animation on the infotainment screen to make you feel all cozy. And when you need to wake up again, the energizing function adjusts the settings accordingly to get you ready for action. It seems then that the E-Class Coupe has a Lexus licked for comfort. Well, unless you're a rear seat passenger, and then it definitely doesn't, as being a coupe, it's fairly tight in the back. The most useful update in the new E-Class Coupe is that it now gets Mercedes' latest infotainment system. But is it better than BMW's iDrive? Well, the screens certainly look brighter, and they're now mounted behind one massive piece of glass, so no more nasty plastic frames, thank God for that. However, upgrading from the 10-inch displays to the option of 12-inch displays is a must for the full effect. You can customise the screens as well between different classic and sports modes, something you can't do in a BMW. Also, the menus are just a bit simpler than those of iDrive. The optional augmented reality sat-nav though really is the star of the show. This shows a live camera feed of the road ahead and superimposes directions over it. It is brilliant. Another improvement is the new central touchpad, which makes the system easier to control than the old wheel and pad system of before. Overall, this Mercedes has a better infotainment system than any BMW. Well, apart from its voice command system, which isn't quite as slick. Mercedes has also updated the E-Class Cabriolet with the same changes as the Coupe. Well, apart from the central controller for the infotainment system. Why is that, you ask? Well, it's because the centre console houses all the roof switches, so they left that the same, which, to be honest, is a bit lame and a bit cheap. Also, the roof is the same as the old cars do. It works at up to 31 miles an hour and takes around 20 seconds to open or close, which is 2 seconds slower than the more aggressive and more desirable 8 Series Cabriolet's roof can fold away in. Still, the E-Class Cabriolet has all the clever air diversion Mercedes systems to keep you warm when the roof is down and to divert air over the top of the car so your hairstyle doesn't get messed up. Along with the usual straight-six petrol and diesel engines, you can get the E-Class Coupe with a new 2-litre 4-cylinder mild hybrid with 292 horsepower. There's a little motor attached to the gearbox instead of the engine like in Audis, which makes the whole system lighter. So, yay, more points then for Mercedes. This motor can shut the engine off when you are coasting at speeds of up to 100 miles an hour, just like in an Audi, and also delivers an extra 180 Nm of boost when you accelerate hard. The E-Class Coupe and Cabriolet get sport suspension, so the car rides 50mm lower than the E-Class Saloon to make it look sportier. The most powerful versions of the E-Class Coupe and Cabriolet are all-wheel drive rather than just rear-wheel drive, and every version gets a 9-speed automatic gearbox. The car is still set up more though with comfort in mind than a sports car feel. It is still, after all, an E-Class. The new E-Class Coupe will go on sale later this year, priced from around £48,000, with the Cabriolets costing a couple of grand more, like for like. That's about £10,000 more than you'll pay for a C-Class Coupe or Cabriolet, but around £90,000 less than you'll have to fork out for an S-Class Coupe or Cabriolet, which, when you compare the level of style and quality, E is definitely closer to S than C, regardless of what the alphabet thinks. Now, if you click on the pop-out banner in the top right-hand corner of the screen, you can see what I think are the very best deals available on carwow right now. Go check them out, if only for interest. Mercedes won't make an AMG E63 Coupe. Boo. But there's the AMG Light E53. It's a rival for the likes of the Audi S7 Sportback, though unlike that car, it's not a diesel. Yay! So, another win for Mercedes. It gets a 3-litre straight-six petrol mild hybrid with 435 horsepower and 520 Nm of torque. 0 to 60 takes just 4.4 seconds, which is 0.6 of a second quicker than the Audi can do the sprint in. And the Merc will obviously sound way better too, being a petrol. Yet its economy of over 30 miles per gallon isn't really that much different than the diesel Audis. The E53 will cost from around £65,000 for the coupe and a couple of grand more for the Cabriolet. If you've got even more money burning a hole in your pocket, there's the optional dynamic pack, which adds red brake calipers, extra rotary driving mode buttons on the steering wheel, and a drift mode, which isn't what you'd expect to find in a hybrid. Now, if you'd like to see me drag racing an E53 against an Audi S4, BMW M340i and a Volvo S60 hybrid Polestar, click on the pop-out banner in the top right-hand corner of the screen to watch the race. The new Mercedes E-Class Coupe and Cabriolet can now accelerate, steer and brake for you on motorways. They can automatically pull over to the side to let emergency vehicles through and use sat-nav data to know when to slow down for junctions and bends. But while impressive, the driving aids still aren't quite as advanced as those you'll find in a Tesla Model 3. Also, Mercedes seems to have copied Tesla's Sentry Mode. Here though, they call it Urban Guard, and it's a system that alerts you via the Mercedes Me app if someone bumps your car or tries to break into it while it's parked. Now though, it's finally crunch time. What do you think of the new Mercedes E-Class Coupe and Cabriolet? Click on the pop-out banner to cast your vote as to whether you think it's got what it takes to beat the competition. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a like. Let me know what you think of this car in the comments below. I do read your posts, so I will be checking them, so don't be rude to me. Anyway, click on the video windows to watch some more cool videos, and on the box to the right to download the free CarWow app.